At the end of this video, you are going to have 3 beginner drills that will form the basis of your style for the long term. The great thing is, this is all about hit and not be hit. The essence of boxing, you can start your path onto that brilliant counter-punching style. My name's Franz Sands, welcome to My Boxing Coach. Before we get started, why don't you go download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit, join thousands of others who've signed up and downloaded this book to their inbox. 68 pages, full of information and insights to help you on your boxing journey, from how to deal with the right mindset, how to get rid of your ego, how to deal with slumps in training, setting up your own home gym, 10 core skills, 5 building blocks of power, 7 steps to super shadow boxing. It's all in there. There's a ton of stuff. You will come back to this book again and again. There is a link down below. There will be a link at the end of this video. Let's get started. 3 drills, okay? We're going to work these drills and I'm going to give you examples at full speed of me on the heavy bag. But the essence of good drill work, just remember the mantra: slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Slow things down to the speed you need to slow them down to in order to get the mechanics right. There are 3 drills. These are all long range drills as well. If you just begin and don't worry too much about hooks and uppercuts and all of that stuff, excuse me, we'll deal with that later. Okay, let's get the basis, the platform, which is the long range shot. Drill number 1, it's a simple move, jab, move out, move in, 1, 2. Okay, so there are 4 skills that we're dealing with here. I'll show you it and then we'll break it down a little. So from there, jab, move out, move in, 1, 2. That's the move. Once more. Jab, out, in, 1, 2. And I'll show you from the side because it's always good for you to see the side movements, the side playing. Okay, so you've got jab, out, in, 1, 2. Okay, 4 skills. Let's deal with the middle one first, the out and the in. We want to avoid common faults. When I say common faults, the big deal when people move forward. So when I want to move forward, it's a push off that leg lifts, and we just push forward like that. We go forward about this much. Don't try and cover too much ground. Don't heel and toe. Don't let that front foot go up on the heel. You've got to stay on the balls of the feet. Push off there, push forward and push back. Same when we're going backwards. Push off that leg lifts, and we go back. A really vital point, if I can just show you with the aid of a broom handle. A big problem when people are moving forwards and backwards is that that line on the floor has to go from the toe on the front foot to the heel on the back foot. Don't lose the line. Don't let the feet come on a straight line, okay? So it's there, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. We get the point, okay? Get rid of the broomstick. So, so the movements again. Jab, out, in, 1, 2. Now, as you build up the speed, you should be able to do something like okay, so we've built up speed, slow and steady. But if you execute it on a heavy bag, it looks something like this. Okay, so you see I've incorporated feints before and after and movements after, so we've built it in to a realistic sequence. Okay, but don't forget the key thing about that is we are throwing our first shot, that's the trigger. We expect a shot to come back. We push out with the feet, push back in, deliver a 1-2. So we are building on counter punching. Okay, hit and not be hit. We hit, we push out, push in, we hit again. Hit first, hit last. In the same theme, drill number 2. Really like this one. So drill number 1, we use a footwork skill to avoid that shot. Drill number 2, we're going to use a body movement skill. Okay, so this is simply jab, lay back, backhand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And from the side, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right, the feet are staying in range. Feet are at long range. We just bend that back leg, and that takes our head just out of range. Okay, so any shot coming back is going to fall here. Right, so it's 1, 2, 3. Of course, as we lay onto the back leg, that builds up energy in the thigh, and that helps us drive more power off the backhand. Jab, lay back, backhand, and of course, at speed, you can kind of 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Build up the speed. Now the beauty of that is, it's a pressure tactic, right? And the kit, you know, with beginners tend to sort of get, when the nerves sort of take over and they're trying to concentrate on a lot of things, they kind of start jumping about on the feet. So this is a really good way, if you can avoid that, of steadying the feet. You're holding, you're in a good guard position, jab, lay back, backhand, but you're holding the feet. You should also remember, you're doing a lay back. It's entirely feasible that the opponent will just battle on top of you, okay, come straight forward. So be prepared for close range, so you can go 1, 2, and you can cover, work up close. If you did your lay back like that, like some people suggest, you bend at the back. What can you do if someone does sort of drive forward? You're in a really bad position. If I lay back like that, I'm in a great position to handle them as they come forward. So use the leg for the lay back. In a round of on the heavy bag, it might look something like this. And our final drill, drill number 3. It's a similar one to the lay back. Okay, so we've got jab, slip out, backhand. 1, 2, 3. From the side. Yeah. It's different from the lay back. We're still using the sort of the body, the legs. So the lay back is a drop back onto the rear leg. Now this leg takes the strain. Slip out is a push off that leg, and we just do that. Okay, so any shot is going to come, whistle past our head there, and we're in this position. Keep the hands in a good guard position. But again, we've built up some energy here that helps us release the backhand. And something about the backhand, you've got 2 options here. So a backhand, when you throw a backhand, there's drive off the back leg, the hips rotate, and the arm goes out. So there's a chain reaction. Depending on how early or late in that rotation you release the arm, will change the trajectory of your punch from a straight line shot to a slightly angled shot. So if I leave it late in the rotation, it's very straight, right down the pipe. If I release it early in the rotation, you can see it comes in at a slight angle. Late, early. Late, early, okay? With the slip then, so you can go 1, 2, 3 late for straight, 1, 2, 3 early for the angle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Again, you're keeping the pressure on the opponent. You're putting. This is about you holding ground and still making them miss, and it might look something like this. So there you go, 3 drills, master them, 3 rounds, do 1 drill per round, 2 minutes per drill. Do that each day. Avoid the common faults. For example, with that layback, don't bend at the waist. Because if we bend at the waist and the opponent comes right on top of us, what can I do when I'm there? When I'm with the layback, don't, you know, when you're moving in and out, don't lose the line on the floor. All of those common faults, avoid them. Don't forget and download your book, The Beginner Boxer Toolkit. You will not regret that. Simple email address, I'll send it to you free of charge. Subscribe, leave a comment. I'll always love to hear from you. My name's Franz Sands. I'll see you in the next video.